Hi everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes Vlog. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today I'm really excited to bring you from our friends at Woodware Craft Collection this whole collection of beautiful floral stamps. Let me take you through these. This is the Garden Spray, the Scented Blooms, the Wild Meadow. This is the Mini Floral Wonder. This is the Butterfly Sketch. This one is the Mini Garden Spray and the Mini Scented Bloom. So let's get right to it and show you what my friend Debbie did. Using this Scented Bloom, Debbie actually stamped directly on some paper, some patterned paper, using our Secret Garden paper pack. This is brand new. As you can see, she took this nice pink, sort of all over pink, two shades of pink, and it's got like a floral leaf black background, and she stamped on that, and the leaves she stamped on the same green and cut those out, and then she colored them using some tri-blend markers by Spectrum Noir. She used the pale pink blend for the inside part of the flower. She used the light yellow, and then she used two shades of green. This is the citrus green blend and the dull green blend to basically outline all the details, and then cut those out using a pair of little scissors. And then here she added some borders from 96 Fancy Border Dazzles, and the greeting is from our Script Greeting Dazzle stickers right here. With this whole pack with all kinds of different colors and finishes. She just did the Just For You on the bottom. So when she cut them out, she also layered each piece with either one piece of foam tape or two pieces of foam tape. So there's quite a bit of lift there, which I think is fantastic. All right, so for this next one right here, Debbie used, this one is called, I think this one is Garden Spray. It is Garden Spray, and Debbie stamped on some watercolor paper. Beautiful. This is a great pack, and she stamped on that, and then she actually stamped with, this is a contour ink from Hero Arts, and when you stamp on it, it gives you this, it's great for no line coloring, and it gives you a gray outline. So the more times you stamp it, the darker it's going to be. So I actually had to stamp this using my platform, so I could just go over and over again using the Misty. About 3 different applications of ink to get it this dark, okay? And then she used some ink pads and a water brush to color this. So for the leaves, she used Grasshopper. These are all water reactive inks, so you can use them like paint. She used the Grasshopper green. The Honey Pot is for the center of the flowers. And then she used the Pale Fig, and then sort of this beautiful crushed velvet purple. Let me grab my water brush here. I'm going to show you how she did this. So let's start off here with the Pale Fig. And I'm going to need my craft mat. And before I get too much farther, I should also mention the little greeting that she has right here. She used the die, the You Are Special cutting die from Creative Expression, and then she actually die cut that from these purple holographic purple circles, okay? And this is pretty wild looking, but when you cut it with such thin, precise die, all you get is that shimmer, which is really cool. And then she added some thin line, some colorful thin line dazzle stickers around that to block that off. All right, so back to our coloring. So what we're gonna do here is start off with that Pale Fig. We've got our water brush. If you've never used a water brush before, it's wonderful. Oop, there we go. Mine is tinted here. I forgot to clean that. How you clean it, you just clean it just like a normal paintbrush. Soap and water works great. Because I forgot to clean mine, I am going to just use this wipe. There we go. This returns it to a color that we can use. And we're just going to take a little bit of this Pale Fig. We're just going to put it right on the craft mat like that. And we're just going to use that and just paint that background right on. Just this lavendery color. This. Once we get a few petals done here, then I'll go over it with the darker ink pad. Show you here. Trying to get it more color on here so you can see it. I don't think it's showing up on film very well. There we go. And it might need a couple little applications of that. Right? And now we're going to go to the flower center. I've wiped off my brush and we're just going, there we go. That yellow really shows up much better. The benefits of using the water brush are you don't have to keep dipping it into water to thin it. Right, now we've got our leaf color here. Gonna go right on, and you can see that the ink really brings out those contour lines and that gray. So it makes them really pop. There we go. We could zoom in some, Steve. All right, now we're going to do some outlining with the darker purple. Okay, so this is the crushed velvet. And for this, we're just going to go right around the edge here. Need a little bit more water, so I'm squeezing that out on my brush. And really, you're just using your ink pads just like a palette. And that contour ink is really great and really brilliant about showing up those detailed lines. Like that. So as you can see, it's fun. It's a fun technique to try. All right. Okay, and this next one, oh, this is wonderful. This one, Debbie used the Wild Meadow stamp. She did some black embossing using black embossing powder, okay, on that. So of course she would need to create her background first, and I'll show you how to do that. And then once that was thoroughly dry, then stamped her image using a clear embossing ink, and then sprinkled on her super fine black embossing powder, tapped off that excess, and then heated it with the heat gun. So let's create the background here. For the background, I use a little square. We went back to the watercolor paper, okay? And then Debbie used a collection of these wonderful Cosmic Shimmer Pixie sparkles, okay? So she used, these are powders that we're gonna mix with water again. So we've got Groovy Grape, Zesty Lime, Fuchsia Rose, and Coral Crush. Now, what she did with these is she just sprinkled them on to cardstock. We're going to need a water mister here. Now, there's two schools of thought. You can mist this watercolor paper to kind of give these little powders something to land on and stick. Whoops, as you can see, they just came out on their own. Take these tipped over inside the box. There we go. So we're starting off with Coral Crush. This is Groovy Grape. And we're just going to tap those out like this. Don't worry if your watercolor paper is kind of bowing up a little bit because it got a little damp. This one is Zesty Lime. And then finally, we've got our Fuchsia Rose. Now we're going to just give that a little mist. Some water here. And the closer you get, the more it's going to kind of puddle up. And you can always add more color. Can't take it away. And then you could take a cloth. Could do a little blotting, move that color around a little bit. Add some more color where you need it. Go. I think I want a little bit more pink. And we're going to add our mister, a little bit more water. There we go. So as you can see, mine has got a different color combination on it than Debbie's did. I think hers had a little bit more green in hers, but you've created this great background and let everything just kind of mix together, which I love. They're very unique to your own style. Okay, we're going to take this one and we're going to clear this off. And we're going to get to our next technique. All right. So for this next card, Debbie used a background and I'm stalling here because I have to grab my stuff. This one is, she's using neon polish and we've got 4 different shades. This one is Bahama Blue, Lava Orange, Absinthe Green, and Shocking Pink. So she created her background once again on watercolor paper. And then she actually did a stamping technique by using a double diamond stencil on top of that. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So first of all, she created her background. Grab another piece of watercolor paper. I'll just recycle this piece. First of all, she used the pink and the orange. Okay, and just we're adding a little bit like this. Got these great little foam brushes. Right, so there's our neon pink. This one is the lava orange. And we're just adding that color. This. You can actually even go a little heavier with the color here. And then we're going to mist that. Keep adding your color. Back to your pink. Woo! Got stuff falling all over the place here. All right, so that's going to be our background. Then we're going to do a stamping technique on top of that. Now for that one, I've got the blue. I've got the Bahama Blue. And I'm going to apply this directly on the double diamond stencil. Oops, gotta get up into my film frame here. All right. All right, then we're gonna put a little bit of water. We're gonna mist that. And then we're essentially using this like a stamp. There we go. I'm only going to stamp, I didn't cut this to the right size, so we're only going to stamp a partial amount of this. Okay, and then we're going to put that right there. And that's how we get our background like that. Okay, pretty cool. And I'm going to clean this up so I don't get it all over everything. And I'm going to show you one more technique with painting. All right, so for this card, Debbie painted the leaves with the absinthe green, and her flower using both of the lava orange and the shocking pink. I'm returning to the water brush. I'm going to take my little palette knife here and just put a little bit of a color onto my craft mat here. Okay, and then just taking our little water brush and we're just thinning that. Ooh, I may have thinned it too much. Let's see. Getting a little water in there, and we're going to start with the orange. The ink pad that I used for this is a waterproof dye ink pad. And we're just going to paint that in. Just like that. Clean our brush. Now we're going to go with pink. And then with the pink, normally I would let this dry a little bit, but the pink, she just went around the outside edges with this. And just add a little, go heavier with your color. I like to just build that up. And I'm going to clean that pink off and go back to that orangey color. Oops, I didn't clean off my pink very much. There we go. Go back to my orange. I think I need more orange. And kind of blend that orange right in with that pink, right on the watercolor paper. So that's how you can kind of blend those two. Go. Let's try a leaf too. While I'm doing this, I should mention, you guys, we have a great money saver on this collection. And if you're watching us on our vlog page, you would just need to look to the left side and you'll see a money saver photo with a link there when you click on that. And there's also a photo gallery below our video, and also a drop-down menu with all of our tools and each one of these items that we've used, all the paints, everything. And if you're watching us on YouTube, just look below the video in the description box, and we've got a link there that'll take you to the Paper Wishes vlog page where you'll see everything that I just mentioned. And consider subscribing to our videos because we do 3 to 5 a week. Might miss some if you're not subscribed. So thanks for joining me today, you guys. I had fun working with all these new products and showing you some new techniques that my friend Debbie taught me. There we go. So yeah, thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.